Neighbor came over and asked me if I could fix his drawer for his kitchen. I said, hey, what the heck? Let's see what we can do here. He went to Home Depot to see if he could get a replacement drawer for it, and they didn't have anything for him. This is a little beat up. This is the front. What happened is some utensils got stuck in the drawer and got a little overzealous and pulled the front of it right off. And he would want to know if I can fix this. Uh, we are going to give this a try. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these two pieces with some pine and then paint it white because we can't come up with the Malumite to fit this. And then we have to also figure out what kind of router bit this is on the outside. But the rest of this, I've got most of it here. And I do not, this is a small shop I'm working out of, and I don't have a table saw. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. But I'm going to cut this off on the front side here and square it up. And then I'm going to make two pieces to replace this. And let's see what we can come up with. What the heck? I've got the drawer front all taken apart. So I've got my measurements on all the pieces I need. We are not going to have the Malumite or Malunite or however you pronounce it to replace this. So we're going to be painting whatever we get done on this face here as close as we can get. But this will make it so it's usable. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my chop saw, I'm going to cut straight down on this edge here and straight down on this edge. And it'll give me an inside cut on both sides, and then I'll just cut across. Nice. I'll just repeat that on the other side. And we're going to basically do the same thing what they did here. Is now I'm going to replace the front and I'm going to glue it in with wood glue onto the face here. And then we're going to come back with a hot glue gun and we're going to go up the sides. And I'm also going to tack nail it with a brad nailer. So now we got to go make some wood. This is a 2x6. Actually, it's from a crate that I had my new lathe delivered with. I got a brand new American Beauty from Robust, but part of the wood they sent with it, I saved. And what we got to do is find, what I want is a clean piece of pine with no knots in it. And it looks like this piece here is going to be pretty decent. And I need 5 inches. So these nail holes that are in the top will come right, that will be gone. So I'm good that way. And the total width is 12.5. But I got to run this through my planer. So I'm going to make it longer because there's 24 inches right there. So all I got to do is cut this right there. And there's my other knot, so I'm good. So no knots. We're going to have a very, very nice piece of pine when we get done. Even this little piece on here on the outside is going to get cut off. So we're good with that. Now what I want to do is run this through my bandsaw, and I'm going to rip it in half. So I'm going to end up with 2 pieces. One's going to be my front face of the drawer, and the other one's going to be the face of the box inside the drawer. This is not my normal shop. I have a woodworking shop that is in up north, but this shop is actually built for turning. So I have a bandsaw. I don't even have a table saw down here. So we're going to work around that. But I'm going to use my bandsaw for most of my cutting. And then I can clean things up with a hand planer I have. And we're going to cut this in half. Okay, this Delta planer I got here in front of me is, it may be 30, 40 years old. I didn't even change the blades on it. I just use it for getting things down to size, which is what we're going to do today. This is a 7/8 piece. I'm going to run that one down to about 5/8 for that'll be the front door panel, drawer panel. And then I have another piece that's going to be a 1/2 inch piece that is going to be the inside of the drawer. If you've never run one of these, they're very loud. Okay, I've set up my fence at 5 inches, and that's the height of the drawer front that we want. So we're just going to cut this down through one pass, and that is going to be it. That's the height of my front of my drawer. Now we got to make the drawer box inside. We need a new front for that. And this needs to be 3 7/16. So now we got to cut these to length. Alrighty, I'm going to square up this end right here. Since I'm hoping to only use that much of the drawer, so none of this is going to even matter. Now we're looking for 10 7/16. So that is my drawer front of my box. It's actually the box itself. And so we're just going to glue that and nail it into place, and then do a couple of little extra steps just to make sure it stays there. And I will brad nail it into place. So the box, believe it or not, is ready to be put together. So now we're just talking with the front of the door. Now this is going to need some design done to it. And this one needs to be 12.5 inches long. So what we've done so far to fix the drawer is I've replaced this piece with this piece, and this piece, all I need to do is I find a way. I got a router, and I may have to buy a router bit to fit this outside edge. It's got a little bit of a concave here, just a little bit. But see if we can't so it matches the other pieces in his kitchen. Okay, we're going to put this box together. And all we're going to do is we're going to take our piece right here, and we're going to glue it right like that. And then I'm going to brad nail it in place, and that'll keep it from moving. So I'm going to use Titebond 3. That should hold it. For construction, the box is complete. There's some glue right in the bottom, which is good, because that'll fill that right in. Flip it over. I got some glue coming through the other side, which is even better. Now I'm going to take a little bit of glue, and we're going to put it right here. Wonderful. We got glue coming up the side. Perfect. And perfect. So it was a busted drawer. Now it's repaired. We're going to paint this with primer and then white. What I'm looking for here is center. So I have, this is the beat up one. This is the new one. So I'm going to put this right over the top. And we're going to line it up. And I'm going to drop a drill bit right straight through the top. There I go. Through my little workshop here. And believe it or not, I found a router bit that will fit this OG on the outside. Just one a little bit. So we want to see if we can't match that up. Whenever you're doing router work, always do your end grain first, because that way if you have chip out, you can fix it with the cut going the other direction. So I've got what I want. This is my top of my board, so I'm going to put a run down through here, then I'm going to do the other side, then I'm going to do the two ends. Old drawer front, new drawer front. All we got to do is sand it up a little bit, clear up some of my edges, and mount this to the face. Okay, we're going to drill a hole through the top. I've got this panel all lined up. So we drilled our hole. Now we're just going to slip this to hold it in place. And we're going to keep it right where it is because we want to put 2 screws on the inside. And then we're going to take the 2 screws that came out of it, which were these 2 right here. They're self-tapping screws, so we should be fine. And we're going to put those right into the end of that. What looked like this now looks like this. All I did was just copy it. But she is all set to be painted. That's pretty cool. This is a neighbor across the street came over and said, asked Kevin, if can you fix this? I says, I don't know, give it a try. So the answer to the question is yes, we can. That was fun. I'm going to put the slides back on. I'll do that right now. But what's nice about this, everything should line up perfectly because I didn't change anything on the slides. If you look on the slide, right there it says LD. That's for the left side. So we'll put that one over there. And this one is for the right side. And all I got to do is put it back in the same holes that were there because we didn't change those. It's always nice to be able to help out the neighbors. Ta-da! All rebuilt. All I got to do is paint it.